So if you're currently working inside an organization and you're moving up the ladder and you're wanting to be one of those leaders that leads with hospitality and that people enjoy working with, but maybe your leaders aren't like that, how do you suggest people handle that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question and it's a real one because that is happening all over the place right now. It's been happening. In fact, that's why I do what I do now is
Yeah.
because what breaks my heart is when I have people come to me when I was in those roles as a leader somewhere in corporate America at any of those organizations I mentioned earlier. Um, Either I was coming home, calling my mom or calling my friends or calling my, partners at the time, significant others at the time, and crying and frustrated about where it was I worked, or when I would see these other people that maybe they were on my team and then they moved to a different team and then they would come back to me and say, they'd be frustrated about where they work. And it usually came down to because their leader was not as great as he or she could be.
Mm.
Um, that's why I do what I do. So to anybody out there that's like, all right, fine. How do I lead with hospitality, even when my own leader doesn't? I'd say a couple of things. I'd say one, and it sounds corny, so take it or leave it, but it's a real thing. It'll help with your mindset. It'll help. So be the change you want to see. There's something to that.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how old we are, because right now, as you know, you and I talk about this all the time, at any given time right now, anywhere, you could have like 5 or 6 different generations in terms of age groups of
Mhm.
people working together. And now, as a good thing, you're starting to see a more diverse workforce, in terms of, it's Black, white, Latinx, Asian, it's Gen Z are the newcomers, it's millennials, it's Gen Xers, baby boomers, and then it's the greatest generation. Well, here's the thing. One thing we all have in common, regardless of our race, our gender, or our generation, is we are all human beings.
Mhm.
That's what I love about leading with hospitality. That is, if you can figure out a way to connect with people on a human, personal level, it's amazing what will happen thereafter. So that really is the message. Is just take a step back and just ask yourself, all right, if I'm not getting along with my leader, when is the last time I really had a conversation, a human conversation, about human stuff with them?
Mm.
And you might have some opportunity there. When we connect on a human level, we have a tendency to then see what might be possible to go to the next level, whether it's the next level in our relationships or the next level in the results that we're able to deliver. Now, to that person out there that might be saying, dude, I've heard that a million times. I've tried that, been there, done that. It just ain't going to work. If that's you, if you can seriously, honestly look yourself in the mirror and say, yeah, I've tried. I've really tried. And I've tried again and again and again, and it's still not working. Then now would be an amazing time to go pull up your LinkedIn profile, call up my girl Azalee and work on your personal brand and start thinking about an organization that might work better for you, or might be a better fit for you, because there's something to be said for not staying, not overstaying um, your tenure if you've tried all these things and it still is not working. Now is an unbelievable time. I mean, it's a great time to be looking for a job right now because everybody needs people coming back
Mhm.
out of this pandemic. So, you have an opportunity to be selective. But there's also a lot of other people that are applying for these jobs too, and that's where I'll just say, that's where, working with somebody like you, that's helped me, in terms of my personal brand over the course of this last year. So I would say anybody listening, even if you have a day job, even if you are thinking about maybe starting your own thing, if you want to make your side hustle your full-time hustle, but you still need a job to do it, there's something to still be said about having a personal brand, telling your story. Does your LinkedIn page, does your Instagram, does your Twitter tell the story of who you are, where you've been, and what you believe in? Because it's amazing what these potential employers even your own leaders where you work today.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't know the story of you because you just haven't told it. So I would just say, don't be afraid to be vulnerable and really let people in just as much as you're trying to connect with others on a personal level as well.